Hello everyone and welcome back to another monthly TBR video. Today we're going to be choosing my monthly TBR for June and we're going to be using the prompts jar again because I used this in May and it worked out so well for me. Of the 6 books that I chose, 2 of them were 5 stars and I'm currently in the middle of one that it's sitting at a 4-star at the moment. I'm 65% through and it could end up being a 5-star. I'm not sure just yet, but yeah, it just worked out so well. So let's start with a quick recap of the books I chose for May. These were the 6 books that we chose in May. I have a week left, so I could still get to the last ones, but so far I've read 3 of these and I'll put them in colour so you can see which ones they are. And I'll also be finishing The Night and the Moth today because I've got a few hours left of it and I'm having such a good time with it at the moment. So I just know that when I finish filming this, I'm going to go back downstairs, pick it up and just fly through it because it's getting really good now. So that will be 4 of the books completed. And the final 2, I don't think I'm going to get to. Spark of the Everflame, I did start in my 24-hour reading video and I got 35% through it and I just wasn't feeling starting a big series at the moment. So yeah, I did soft DNF that one and I might save it for later in the year when the weather starts getting a bit cooler again and I'm feeling getting into a fantasy series, but for now that one is a soft DNF. And then Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I could still get to it in the next week, but I'm not sure. I'm like 50-50. I think her books are just so highly spoken about and so many people rave about them. They're 5-star, 6-star reads. People love them and it really makes me nervous that I might not like them, or do you know when they're just so overhyped? Like, can anything live up to that hype? Yeah, so I put them off a little bit, but maybe I will in the next week if I'm feeling it, just pick that one up. I've definitely done 4 out of the 6 for May and we might get to 5, but we'll see when I do my wrap up if I got to that one as well. But I still think that was really successful and like I said, 2 of these were 5-star reads, so I think that was a successful first try at a monthly TBR and I'm really looking forward to seeing what we get for June now. So let's get started with my picks for June. As with last month, I'm going to choose 6 prompts and most of the prompts are going to be selected from my Goodreads TBR because I am mostly a Kindle reader, so if I'm looking for my next pick I usually go to Goodreads and select from there, so that's what we're going to be doing. I do have a bit of a physical TBR on my shelves here. I've read about half of these books and we have some new ones from my London shopping trip. That was my last video, so I'm hoping to select some of those and I will prioritise my physical TBR again. For the most part we're going to be choosing from Goodreads. So let's just get stuck into the first prompt. Okay, first prompt. I'm going to show you guys first again. Oh, hopefully it's not upside down like I did last time. Ooh. Do we see it? Bestie chooses. Oh, Holly, you're getting a text. Right, I'm going to text my best friend and she has to choose my book for me. But she does have a baby who is 8 months old and she's a little bit slow on replying to texts since she had him. So we'll see how this goes. But I'll take a picture and send it to her and then we'll wait for her reply and probably move on to the next prompts. So let's get a picture. Oh, I'm going to have to highlight which ones I haven't read as well. Okay, so give me a moment. Let me highlight the ones I haven't read. So all of these up here. Love and Other Words, Summer Romance, all of the Emily Henry books, Magnolia Parks, I haven't got to that one yet. I think on my fantasy shelf, I just haven't read Starling House, so I'll highlight that one. So I've highlighted all the books that I haven't read on my shelf and I'm going to send this to her now. We'll explain later. Filming a video and you need to choose my next read, please. I haven't read the ones highlighted red. Can you pick one for me, please? Thank you. Okay. So we have to wait a little while for her to reply, but when she does, we'll select that one then. So that was an interesting first one. Let's go on to the second pick. I wonder what she's going to choose. I don't know. She's not really a reader, so she's not going to know what any of them are either. So yeah, that's exciting. Okay, next prompt. We have this one. Oh no, I can see it through there. It says M. Hen Summer, so I knew that this summer I wanted to read Emily Henry's books, so I put a prompt in just for that, so that I'd have to choose one of her books, and I guess we have to choose another one. Am I going to read Book Lovers this month? Am I going to read Book Lovers in the next week? So the ones I have on my physical TBR, we have Book Lovers, which is the one that is technically on my May TBR. Happy Place, which obviously a lot of people love. This is 5-6-star reads for people. Beach Read, which I'm going on holiday next week and I did want to read this one on holiday, so do I skip Book Lovers and just go with Beach Read? I don't know, maybe. And then we have Funny Story, which again is a 5-6-star read for people and was her release last year. I said at the beginning of the video, I'm just so overwhelmed when it comes to reading her books because I want to love them and I'm so nervous that I might not. Am I going to read Book Lovers in the next week? Am I going to read Book Lovers? I'm going to choose Beach Read because even if I don't get to Book Lovers in the next week, I might get to in the next few weeks. So by the end of June and going into the real summer months, I am going to want to pick this up. So I'm going to choose Beach Read for M. Hen Summer because it's like the summariest book as well, isn't it? Beach Read. So yeah, that's the first book on our TBR. We have Beach Read by Emily Henry. Put these back on the shelf. Let's go for our third prompt. I need to just get to Emily Henry, don't I? It's getting a bit ridiculous now. Third prompt we have, oh, it's a long one. Book with more than 400 pages. Okay, so let's go to Goodreads. I want to read, and I think I can sort it by pages, hopefully. Number of pages. That's why I like doing the Goodreads as well, because it helps me instead of having to go through and find them on here. I can just do this. Okay, so number of pages. Oh, there's loads. There's quite a few with over 400 pages. So I think what I'm going to do is find the ones that are on my physical TBR and pull those out, and then we'll choose one from those. So from my physical TBR, we have Nothing Like the Movies by Lynn Painter. That would be our first option, which is the second book to Better Than the Movies and follows the same characters. They like fall in love in high school in the first book, and then in this one I think it all goes a bit wrong in college and follows their story there. So we have that one, which is a YA romance. We have Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I think Christina Lauren is actually two different authors who wrote this. Oh gosh. That made me jump. But Love and Other Words I picked up because I heard Kalila D speaking a lot about this and it was one of her favourite books, I think, a couple years back. And I also have the American version of this book, which I ordered online because the covers of this book is just so pretty in the American version with all these like little illustrations. So I've been really wanting to get to this one. So we have Love and Other Words. We have Magnolia Parks, which is another one that I've been putting off, and I know it's a lot of people's favourites, but just the toxic romance that everyone talks about, I just don't know if it's for me, but it is one that I really want to read and see the hype, try and understand it. Yeah, I have been putting this one off a little bit. So we have Magnolia Parks, Daisy Jones and the Six, which is one of the new ones that I picked up the other day. Malibu Rising was one of my 5-star reads from May, so I do really want to get to another Taylor Jenkins Reid book. This could be a really good option. I was kind of wanting to get to Seven Husbands first, but we'll see. So Daisy Jones and the Six. Okay, there's a lot that are over 400, I didn't realise. So let me just pull them out and then we can choose from there. Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. Happy Place is showing as 400 pages. I'm not going to choose that one, so we'll leave it there. Funny Story as well, showing as 400 pages. Okay, so that's it. So these are the books we're going to choose from for over 400 pages. So I don't think I'm going to do Daisy Jones and the Six because, like I said, I want to get to Seven Husbands. So we won't choose that one. I think it's going to be between Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez or Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, because I'm wanting like romance summary reads and I'm not really feeling Nothing Like the Movies, and I'm still putting off Magnolia Parks, so we won't choose that one. I don't know. I was hearing really mixed things about this one, but lately I've been hearing just better reviews of it and people really enjoying it, so it would be the perfect summary read. But this one I've been wanting to read for such a long time, and yeah, I think it would be something a bit different because I haven't read anything from this author or authors before, if it is two of them. I'm gonna go for Love and Other Words. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna finally read Love and Other Words. So what does it say? Okay, so that does sound like it's going to be really sweet. So I think it's going to be a bit of like childhood friends to possibly lovers. We're going to follow two separate timelines. Them growing up as kids in San Francisco and being quite bookish people, it seems. And then their lives now when they've drifted apart and why that's happened, and they're probably going to reconnect. That does sound like it could be a really sweet romance and interesting to see like where it all went wrong and why it all went wrong. So a good pick for June. So that is Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I'm making a mess of my shelves every time I do this. Let's stop picking them all off the shelf because I'm just making a mess. Let's do the fourth pick. Oh, what does that say? I'm trying to read it through the back of it. Sea or ocean on the cover. Okay. That's a good one because I'm going to pull them out again. But I know Say You'll Remember Me has the sea on the cover because I just picked that up. So Say You'll Remember Me is definitely one. A few of the Emily Henry ones probably are, but we'll leave those. Summer Romance? No. Okay, so Say You'll Remember Me. Let's have a look on Goodreads as well. So on Goodreads we have Beartown. That would have the sea on the cover. But I don't think I'm ready to get into that emotional series just yet, so not that one. The Hotel Nantucket by Ellen Hildebrand. That's a good like summery holiday read, but again, I'm not too sure. House in the Cerulean Sea, that has the sea on the front, and that could be a really fun fantasy option. I think that's it. So we have either The House in the Cerulean Sea or Abby Jimenez Say You'll Remember Me. I have two romances already. Maybe The House in the Cerulean Sea will be a good like summery fantasy option because I feel like having those coastal vibes on the edge of that cliff, if that is where it's all set, then that could be a really good fantasy summery option. So yeah, I'm gonna choose that. I'm gonna choose The House in the Cerulean Sea. Okay, so that's going to be The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune, and just looking on Goodreads, I just got my friend's response back. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so for this one, we have The House in the Cerulean Sea. It looks like we're following a caseworker at the department in charge of magical youth. He's been given an assignment to travel to an orphanage where 6 dangerous children reside. A gnome, a sprite, a wyvern, an unidentifiable green blob, a were-Pomeranian, and the Antichrist. So... okay, so we're going to be following a caseworker travelling to an orphanage with a bunch of like magical creatures or magical kids. That sounds really interesting. It sounds a bit like, and I think I've heard it compared to this before, like, is it Miss Peregrine's House of Peculiar Children or something like that? I think it's going to be a bit like that, which, yeah, I'm really happy that we've got this one in June because it sounds like it's going to be the perfect June fantasy to read. I can't stop thinking about my friend's response, so let's go back to that. So that was pick number 4. Back to pick number 1, Bestie Chooses. She said, okay, I'm gonna go for the first one that caught my eye, Happy Place. Oh, I need to get to Emily Henry's books. Okay, so if I do read Book Lovers this week and then beach read on holiday next week, have a bit of a break in between, I could still get to Happy Place. It's going to be a lot of Emily Henry at once, which I didn't really want. I wanted to spread it out, but the prompt said it, she chose it, so it has to be Happy Place by Emily Henry. We are going to start our Emily Henry summer in June. That's just what's going to be happening. I'm not too mad. That is going to be a nice summery read as well, and exactly what I want for June as well. So we have another Emily Henry book. Okay, so let's go into the 5th prompt. I don't know what I want now. So we've got 3 romances and House in the Cerulean Sea. Something by Taylor Jenkins Reid I think I'd like next. Okay, so what do we have? Oh. A book chosen by Taylor Swift. Okay, so the way I wanted this to work was that I go on my Taylor Swift playlist. I think I saw Larry Reeves do this. I go on my Taylor Swift playlist, I hit shuffle, and the first song that's played, I choose a book that kind of gives that vibe. I'm hoping that The Last Great American Dynasty, yeah, I'm hoping that that plays because then I feel like I can choose 7 Husbands because I think that gives that vibe. So I have a playlist that's called Taylor's Version, and it just has all the songs that she's released as her version or since the Lover album, like with the Lover album. It has all those songs on it, so I think it just doesn't have Debut on there and Reputation. So I'm going to choose from that playlist. So we have Taylor's Version. I hate it here. Can't play too much. We have I Hate It Here. Oh, I hate it here so much. What gives I Hate It Here vibes? This is going to take a minute. No midterms. I just don't know. I feel like it's given like fantasy, like escape into like a fantasy book, like secret gardens in her mind. I feel like it's giving fantasy. I don't think I have anything that like gives the Rose Bargain. What happens in the Rose Bargain? I don't know, I feel like the Rose Bargain's giving like secret gardens. It's a bit like Bridgerton vibes, isn't it? Of like high society, and high society girls are expected to bargain for qualities that will make them win suitors. A rare talent for piano in exchange for one's happiest childhood memory. A perfect smile for one's ability to taste. But Ivy Benton's debut season arrives with a shocking twist. A competition to secure the heart of the Queen's fey son, Prince Bram. It will be on screen here so you can see the cover. That's definitely giving secret gardens. I'm feeling like this is it. I feel like this is a good choice because as well, if she's going to be like a strong female character in most like fantasy books, then I feel like she is going to hate it there. Okay, no, I've just searched the lyrics up and yeah, the bit where it's like getting married off for the highest bid, and that's exactly what this is. This is a competition to marry the prince. No, that's it. This is the most perfect choice, I think. If you've read it, let me know. Does it give I Hate It Here vibes? But I think it does. I was really struggling with that for a moment there, but no, we're going to go with The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith, and it's a new release. I think, yeah, it came out on the 4th of February. I've heard a lot of people talking about it and saying it was good as well. Again, a perfect June fantasy. It's giving summery fantasy vibes, and that's exactly the type of fantasy I need right now, so I'm happy with that one. Okay, sixth and final pick, we have, this is like the perfect June TBR so far. Hopefully this one fits into, what do we have? I can't see it. Highest rated on Goodreads. That's a lot to live up to. So let's go to my Goodreads TBR. It's sorted by author, so let's sort it by average rating. Oh! Okay, it's very different. It's The Nightingale by Kristin Hannah. It would be my first Kristin Hannah read, and 564 pages. Do you know what? I do really want to read Kristin Hannah's work because I know it's emotional and it tells stories like during the war, isn't it? It's like historical fiction, and I think she tells really good stories and she makes you feel like you're there during that time and seeing these people's stories, even though it's fictional. So I do really want to get to her books, and it is a change from the rest of my TBR, which is quite happy, summery romance, magical summery fantasies as well. I think it'll be a nice change of pace. I'll finally get started on Kristin Hannah's books as well. And I think this one follows, is it two sisters and their story during the war? The Nightingale tells the story of two sisters separated by years and experience, by deals, passion and circumstance, each embarking on their own dangerous path towards survival, love and freedom in German-occupied, war-torn France. A heartbreakingly beautiful novel that celebrates the resilience of the human spirit and the durability of women. That's definitely going to be an emotional read, but it will be a nice change of pace from the rest of the TBR, and I'm actually quite excited to get to that one and read something a bit different and a bit more emotional. So that's The Nightingale by Kristin Hannah. That is going to be our sixth pick. I think that's a really good TBR for June. Aside from Emily Henry, where I just don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing. I will start, no, by the end of June, I will have read at least one of her books. If that either means Book Lovers from my May TBR or Beach Read or Happy Place from this one, I will get started on her books. I can't put it off any longer. This is just getting ridiculous. Okay, so let's go through all the books that we have on my June TBR. I can't remember what order these were all in, but we have Beach Read by Emily Henry, we have Happy Place by Emily Henry, Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren, and then from the Goodreads TBR we have The Rose Bargain by Sasha Payton Smith, The Nightingale by Kristin Hannah, and The House on the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. So these are going to be the 6 books that I'm going to be reading in June. I think I'm going to be able to do this one really well as well. I feel like I could pick up any of these books on holiday, and maybe not The Nightingale, although maybe that's the perfect time to just like get stuck into like a good book like that. Yeah, I feel like I could pick up any of these books on holiday and have a really good time with it, and yeah, I'm loving the TBR jar. It's working so well, it's giving me great options. This is doing really well at getting me through through my TBR and making sure I'm getting to all the books that I want to read. So those are the 6 books that I'm going to be reading in June. Let me know down below what's on your June TBR. Also, if you've read any of these, what you thought of them, and I'm going to have a really good reading month. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!